Hey guys, what's happening? Clipper and Kitten with you here. Please let us know if you can hear us well and if you can see us. I guess we'll just wait and see if how we're sounding and how we're coming in.
Yeah. And Jekyll's here.
Yes. Clipper, Kitten, and Jekyll here.
He's the real star of the show.
Yes.
How did I get him? He has his own chair over here. Jekyll.
Says we've got one viewer right now, looks like. Still waiting to hear if we're coming in. I hope that we are. Emilio, if you are out there, hello. Are we coming in? Are we coming in good, Emilio? Can you hear us good?
Hi, Emilio.
Fingers crossed. If we get the go ahead, we'll go ahead and get started. Katrina can't hear. Okay, that's
hey,
great.
Katrina.
Hey, Katrina, how's it going? With no further ado, as people may be coming in, we're doing a live haul video. We've been to so many places over the last month or so, I forgot what all we got. Tomorrow, actually, the house renovation begins over at the rental property at Drift, so we're going to have some fun tonight before we do some demo work.
And an impromptu turtle transport.
Yes.
We have a turtle who has like a big mass on his neck, so we're going to be transporting him to a wildlife rescue place.
We will be going to London, Kentucky, that is. So we've got an action-packed day tomorrow. Tonight we watched some Alice Boy basketball. The men's basketball team had a scrimmage. They beat Vision Elite by a score of 103-61. That was a very good game to watch.
And I said, what was it? If it was a school of eye doctors?
Yes, was it a school?
I feel like that would be the perfect name for an eye doctor school.
Oh, yeah. So I guess go to the flea market in London.
Oh, boy. It is a really good flea market. I love it. Also, there's this place up there that has, like, the best honey buns in the world. It's Flowers Bakery, spelled like the flowers you smell, but it's the only one where they make the honey buns, like they're in the thing, and they'll sell them by like little white bags full for like, was it like $1, $1.50, something like that, and it's like 6 honey buns in there or something. I don't know. Normally I get like 8 million bags.
Yeah.
They're really good. So
we've got an action-packed day ahead of us tomorrow, that's for sure. Hopefully we'll have an action-packed night ahead of us here. We've got so many things here to unveil for you guys. Hopefully, we can continue to chat with some of you guys. Any and all comments are appreciated. Questions, just fire them out there. So, with no further ado, Kitten, you want to get it started?
These? Yeah. Where did we get these ones at?
I think we got these at what? Helping Hands?
Yeah. I found this little notebook, and he's just blank papers in him. I thought that nobody has wrote in or anything, so I thought that might be fun to sit out like in a magic mail. I'm gonna reach these to you to set somewhere. I got a Jekyll in my lap. Then I found this cute little Fox and the Hound book. It was one of the ones that came with the cassette tapes. We didn't find any of the cassette tapes with them, but they're still really cute and really cool. I don't mind if they don't have the cassette tapes or not. I think I bought more of these at a different place. Found a Cinderella one. This one was one of the ones where it was supposed to have a record, but he doesn't have the record. But I think I found one with a record in it at a different place.
Yeah, I think you found that at Aunt B's.
Yeah, and then I'm a Care Bear fanatic. I love the Care Bears. And I found this cute little Care Bear storybook of the night.
Disney Crazy Family. Hey, y'all. Thought we missed the live, so glad we clicked on the video.
Yeah.
The books are so cool. We just started, actually, Disney Crazy Family, so you didn't miss anything.
Grams. Oh. Then we found this cute Winnie the Pooh book.
Emilio, still reeling from Disney Crazy Family and your pen tags. Thank you very much, Emilio.
We had fun today dressing up and doing that. Hunchback of Notre Dame. I thought these might be fun to send out in magic mails and stuff. I found this really cool Peter and the Wolf. This was one of my favorites when I was little.
Now, these are the ones I believe you got at Aunt B's.
Okay. I have a Jekyll in my lap.
Jamie's Disney Kingdom. Hey, guys, happy Halloween week. Happy
Hey,
Halloween
everybody.
to you, Jamie.
Oh, yeah, here's one. Yeah, see, I found the Cinderella one at a different place. And it's got the record in the back. And I'm so excited. I've got, when I was a little girl, my mom and dad had this record player. And like in the 80s, you guys know those big ones that were like on the stands or whatever. And I love that thing. Me and my sister would sit and listen to like Raggedy Ann records, Care Bear records, the Cabbage Patch record. That was the bomb. I love that one. It's my favorite. And so when my dad passed away, I ended up with that stereo system, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm excited to have more new records to play in it and enjoy them. I found a Snow White one with a record in it.
You and Katrina were at one point twins on the Pooh book because she had that book.
Aw.
And Disney Crazy Family, OMG, Mom loves Peter and the Wolf.
Oh, me too. It's so good. Then I found Peter Pan. No, I don't think none of these have anything with them. Jekyll got out of my lap. Found Alice. We found Rescuers.
You'll never see that Teddy again.
Yeah.
Greatest pen prompt ever.
Another Cinderella. I bought multiples of these. I think they were like 50 cents. So I just grabbed all the ones that they had because they were in really good shape. And I didn't know if anybody else wanted any. So, and I hate to pass up something that's 50 cents and it's like
true.
Vintage and it's in good shape and it's pretty cool. Pete's Dragon, that one's really cool. Love that. And then Pinocchio, did I show that one already?
No, you did not.
So
Jamie loves Peter Pan.
Oh, same.
And All the Fox and the Hound.
Yeah.
So we're just I'm a bag and a half in and it's already going well. I'm happy to.
Yeah.
This is so much better than the last time we went live. We had to go to Instagram because it didn't. I think we were set up on the phone, but you can't do it on a phone. You can do it on a laptop. I don't know. I think you got that at the new thrift shop, the Dream
We
Center.
found this puzzle. I think it only ended up being like $1 or less or something like that. And it's open, and so I don't know if all the pieces are in it or not.
But for $1, you have to take that risk, you know?
I mean, for $1, I'm willing to. But if we start building it and there's like one piece missing, it's going to drive me nuts. Will it drive you nuts? It'll drive me nuts.
Yeah. Those are great finds from Disney Crazy Family Says. You guys always find fantastic items. Thank you.
Thanks.
We try our best. And who knows, we might have to stop in that. If I'm not bad mistaken, I think London's got two. They got the flea market, and they've also got like the vendor's mall, the Wildcat.
They have this one vendor's mall, and it's really huge. I haven't been in there in a long time. I found some those Burger King Pocahontas cups in there before. Those are the ones I drink out of now.
We told the worker that's going to be working on the rental property tomorrow we'd be there to help.
Well, we'll be there to let them in.
Yeah.
What else they need us for?
That's exactly right. Okay, these next items are some things I found. We went to a local comic book shop called Page 3, which they say it's comic book shop, but it's really like just entertainment kind of like haven for our area.
It's like a game.
Games,
There's
DVDs,
yeah,
sports cards.
Yeah, all sorts of things.
Like a hobby store.
Collectible toys. Yeah.
And we went because that morning on Facebook, when we were sitting down for our customary breakfast of waffles, I saw they were having a big sale. And, you know, usually places like that, unless it's like when we go to Charleston or somewhere like that, we might stop in. But around here, we kind of just wait because, you know, we try to watch our money. You know, we try to get stuff at a budget. Usually a hobby store at full price, you know.
Kind of expensive, yeah.
Yeah. But they were having like a very nice sale. I think they had some items that were 50% off.
Yeah, and some were buy one get one. And
yeah. So I found these prints for the regular price was like $3 a piece. So just regular price. I mean, these are from the television series Highlander.
I don't know what that is. I haven't watched that.
Duncan MacLeod, the Clan MacLeod. It was a spinoff from a movie.
Belgian waffles.
Yes, Belgian waffles.
With chocolate chips. I always put dark chocolate chips in them.
There was a movie called Highlander that came out in 1986, and it was a fairly popular franchise. And then they made it to a TV series in the 90s there from 1992 to 1998 with Adrian Paul as the main character, Duncan MacLeod. Got this other print here of Duncan MacLeod. Also, excuse the glare there, Joe Dawson, played by Jim Burns, and Amanda, played by Elizabeth Grayson. Really happy to find these because, like, Highlander went off the air in 1998, so to find the Highlander merchandise at this point was very nice. And I remember watching the original series when it aired in the mid-90s. I didn't watch it from start to finish, though, but Christmas of 2018, my mom, for Christmas that year, got me the entire set on DVD, so I watched them all and really loved the series there. If you don't mind to put these kind of, I don't want them to get bent.
I forgot what all we got. This is exciting. It's like getting it all over again.
Got some toys here. Got these at Goodwill.
Oh, yeah. I found some of these kind of little things to add in Magic Mail. A Moana. I don't know what these are from. Does anybody know what these are from? Oh, it says McDonald's on the bottom. It's from McDonald's. Answered my own question.
Speaking of McDonald's, we wish everybody luck that's going out this weekend to try to get those toys before they leave Sunday. We may or may not be stopping at some McDonald's tomorrow, too, just to see.
I'd say they're all gone.
Yeah. Something bad. I definitely gained some weight eating from those McDonald's because it's hard to turn down a Big Mac.
That sounds cute. This one must have been from some kind of like a play set or something, like a Play-Doh play set. I don't know if you guys... Where's my camera? I don't even know. Like a Play-Doh playset thing or something. I don't know, but it's like a really pretty figure for a Play-Doh set. I think this is one of the guys from Finding Nemo. Or Finding Dory, either one. Can't remember. But look how cute. I love this. Is this the one where they're like, bubbles? And these are cute too. I don't know what these are from either. This one's Mulan. It's like a cute little doll, like something. I don't know. Anybody know what these are? Hey, Joko, you back? What else you got? That on that bag?
Yeah, it's off of that bag. Found this in that same Goodwill trip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about him.
Snuffleupagus.
Look how cute he is. Look, he's so cute. Look at him. Look at those cute little eyes. You're so cute. Aw. Love him. How much was he?
Like $8.
Yeah. That's a good deal. What do you think, Pepper? I think he likes him. No, he bited him. No, don't bite him. I have to put that somewhere. He'll bite him.
Okay.
He'll eat him. Oh, and then I'm always... I think I have all the ones of these Care Bear books. I'm not sure, but these... My mom used to read these to me when I was a little girl, so anytime I see these, I always grab them because it makes me think of that, especially if they're cheap. I had this idea if me or my sister ever had kids to have complete sets to hand down to them, but so far that's not in the works. Oh, and then we found a whole Winnie the Pooh like bed set. I think this is like the fitted sheet part. What's that? The regular sheet?
Is this the pillowcase?
Yeah, that's the pillowcase. It's so cute. I want to say my cousin had this set when we were little. I don't remember though. But it's cute. I, for some reason, always randomly buy these two because I have plans on like, oh, maybe I'll turn them into like quilts or something like that. But then I never get around to it. I just think it would be fun. Like if you took like vintage bed sheets like that and did one on one side and one on the other, and then you had like a reversible like quilt.
That would be awesome.
You know, kind of like from your childhood, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Oh, yes. A lot of people, well, Disney Crazy Family and Emilio excited about the Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, he's so cute.
Jamie says, I love Care Bears and Pooh Bears.
Oh, me
everything.
too.
My mom always calls me her Pooh Bear.
Aw. Jamie, do you collect Care Bear stuff too? Like, I know you collect different Disney things and stuff. Do you have any Care Bear stuff that you collect? Katrina, you had that bedding? That's cool.
Oh, yeah. These are items we found from a sort of a vendor's mall in the Betsy Lane area. If you've been watching our videos for a long time, and I know Katrina, you've been a friend of mine on Facebook for about a decade plus. You know how I love the Dome in Betsy Lane. That's where it's at. Not only do they have the Dome, the famous Betsy Lane Dairy Bar has some of the best hot dogs you ever put in your mouth.
He's obsessed.
They also have a pretty decent vendor's mall called This and That. Or no, dollars and cents. This and That.
Yeah, dollars and cents.
This and That was where we went to earlier in the year. It was an outdoor place where they'll make you a good deal. To tell you that way.
Oh, Jamie, I'll look and see if I have any extra. I think I might have some of the little figures, the Care Bear figures. I don't have any extra plushes, but I'll always be on the lookout if you want me to. If I find any, I'll get them. I can send them to you.
Katrina mentioned the nostalgia of the Pooh Bear sheets. I didn't exactly have this bank, but I had a bank kind of like it. U.S. mail box. Because I loved playing mail when I was a little boy because my mom worked at a small rural post office. Kind of looked like the post office you would have saw on Little House on the Prairie or the Waltons.
You're welcome.
So I saw this, picked it up, just for the sheer nostalgia part of it.
It's really cool, though.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have thought a kid who loved to play mail? I don't think I ever played mail when I was little.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, and then I found this random journal, 1,000 Things You Don't Know About Me. And it's like got prompts where you fill it out. I don't know. I think it's like $1 list or something like that. I just thought it might be fun to fill it out.
I picked this game up for $2 for PlayStation 2, Legends of Wrestling.
Yeah.
We haven't hooked the PlayStation up.
I haven't played that game either.
So I figured for $2, it's worth it. I played some wrestling games on the Nintendo and Game Boy back in the 90s.
I never had wrestling for any of them. I always wanted to get wrestling, but I didn't have it.
Some of them were pretty fun from what I remember. Then I moved on to Sega and played Mortal Kombat and NBA Live 96, and then that's about when I got out of video games.
Oh.
So all these new...
I never got out of video games.
all those new systems are just kind of over my head, so I'm going to have to get reacclimated. That little mailbox is so cute. Thank you very much. That was one of my favorite games. That is awesome. Well,
I know if we play, I'm going to be Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
he's my favorite. I love Hulk Hogan. I thought one day I would grow up and marry Hulk Hogan. Or Keanu Reeves, but I was okay with either.
So now we are actually at the end of our haul. I'm going to save this one for last. They had some Funko Pops in at page 3 during that sale.
Oh, yeah.
We found a couple of sort of like holy grails for us. This one is my favorite character from the McDonald's Playland, Grimace.
He's cute.
Little known fact, I don't even think I've told Kitten this story yet. And that's saying something.
Here's all the guys you can get.
Because I've told Kitten so many stories I've lost track. When I was in college at Alice Floyd, I had a radio show for a friend of mine. And one of our recurring themes in the on the show was, what is Grimace? One time, we actually went to a local McDonald's and asked to speak to the manager and asked what a Grimace was. And they had absolutely no clue. Very beautiful. How My Dear Friends Have a Magical Night. And also, do you remember the Ronald McDonald cartoon?
I don't remember. I didn't know they had a cartoon.
But you marry the next bit, the great clip art. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I don't have my mask on, but right here, she's the real champion.
No, it's him. No, it's him. No, you.
Thank you for that, by the way, Emilio. The Ronald McDonald cartoon, I think I saw like VHSs in the 90s, VHS tapes in the 90s. I think some of them are on YouTube now, but I don't remember actually watching them.
Jamie said he has the playlist of it.
Oh, that's awesome. And now for our personal, this was a combined Holy Grail.
That we didn't even know we wanted.
Yeah, as soon as we saw it, though.
Seen it.
Yeah. It is none other than Scrooge McDuck, complete with his lucky dime.
Okay. I love him.
Those are all from the DuckTales series.
Yeah, we're going to have to get Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Oh, yes.
Mom used to love to feed the trash cans at McDonald's when she was little. That's funny. I wish I still had those.
Oh, yeah. I wish I still had McPizza, too.
I never had a McPizza.
Oh, it was delicious. Oh, my OMG, that Funko is on my wish list.
We just randomly found them. We didn't even know that it existed or that we wanted it.
That was like the first one I think we saw when we walked in. Was like, we gotta have it.
Yeah, and I was like, get in it.
And the retail price on this was $19.97.
And they were like 40% off or something like that, 30 or 40% off.
Yeah. So it took it down to about what, $13 or $14 we paid for it. It's hard to remember exactly because we bought different things, and that's been a few weeks ago.
I don't remember.
So I guess we'll stay on as long as people want to chat with us, or if there's anything you'd like to talk about, because that's our haul. I thought we actually had more, but I guess not.
I think that's all we got.
Yeah. Oh, we have some mailroom Mondays, which it's not Monday, so we'll be doing that one later. But yeah, who knows? We may stop in a few of those flea markets, or it might be the Hazard, Kentucky Goodwill tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just realized I said Hazard, Kentucky. Not sure if you guys know about it or not. Hazard has been in the news. There's been some extracurriculars going on at a local high school. Not going to get into that, but I figure it was on
top 5 Disney villains. Jamie said
top 5 Disney. That's you.
He hasn't watched enough. We're going to start doing movie reviews, and I'm going to go through all the lists and make him watch everything, and that way he can find his favorites and which movies he likes and all that, so he'll be able to answer it.
Yes.
Ooh, but 5 favorite villains? Ooh. You would consider Huey, Dewey, and Louie villains and Chip and Dale villains. Anyone who, messes with Donald, he considers a villain.
Yes. Not a big Chip and Dale fan. Hey, Clipper, who's that guy behind you in the chef, blue hat and yellow mouth? If you're talking about this guy here.
He's talking about this guy right here.
Oh, it is none other than John Fauntleroy Jack. And it's also courtesy of Katrina, by the way.
Yeah, that one's super cool.
I do agree, Katrina. That is a terrible story.
Gosh, I don't know. I'm still thinking about 5 favorite villains.
Hazard International, yes, it is. Awesome haul. Would you guys ever film a trip to your local stores?
Yeah, we could. I just never think we to do anything interesting in that. Sometimes I know people don't like those videos where it's walking around. It makes them all like, ooh. But
well, like with me, I would personally enjoy doing that. But say we're in a crowded place and filming, sometimes people don't take too kindly to being filmed in a store.
True, but you just avoid their faces.
I have family from all over Kentucky.
Oh, really?
Any from the southeastern part of the state, Jamie? Oh, there it is. We can sleep tonight hearing our favorite catch. Thank you very much. That's something that surprised me when we started this because thank you. I was starting to worry we wouldn't hear it. I should have said that when we started out. I honestly didn't think the Donald Fauntleroy Duck would take out like it did, but I'm glad that people enjoyed that. Yes, Jamie said.
I would say my probably top 5, probably Governor Ratcliffe, of course. He has a really great song, and Jafar, he's pretty cool. I don't like Maleficent in the original Sleeping Beauty, the cartoon, but I really enjoyed the live action movies. I like both of those. So I would say Maleficent. Who else?
The person that threw that banana peel on Oliver.
Yeah, but that was just some random walker buyer. I don't know. Ursula's pretty cool. Oh, Captain Hook for sure.
Oh,
Captain Hook. I can't just think of things off the top of my head. I'm looking at my pen board trying to look at different characters so I can remember.
Did you guys know my YouTube picture is me as Ursula?
No, I didn't even realize.
No, I did not. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have to go look at it better. I didn't even pay attention.
Are y'all taking suggestions for what movies you should review first?
Yes, what one should we review first?
Yeah, because Kitten wrote every one of them down the other night.
All of them. Yeah. Because he's got to watch all of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's so hard to pick a favorite. You got to watch them all.
I wish they had more with John. Run the road, Jack. Why can't he have his own series? They need to see Princess and the Frog.
We definitely need to watch Princess and the Frog. And we haven't watched any of the new Disney movies that's come out recently. Luca, and what was the other one? Raya. We haven't watched Cruella yet.
We were going to go to the theater and watch it, but time got away from us.
Oliver and Company, yeah. I made him watch it, but he was on the computer. So I'm going to make him do these movie reviews so that he has to actually watch the movie and pay attention. Because I think he zones out and he doesn't pay attention. If he really watched them, he would like them. Fox and the Hound, yeah. He doesn't want to watch it because he's afraid he's going to cry. He's afraid it's sad. I bawl like a baby every time, but it's still a good movie. It's so sad. I cry. I ugly cry. It's so sad.
Well, if it's going to be sad, I won't watch something like that.
It's a good movie.
I mean, it's, I already watched something heartbreaking last week when the Clippers lost to the Warriors. They're 1-3 this season. Yeah. They lost to Cleveland last night.
Also, what is everybody's favorite live action movie? I know newer ones are probably everybody's favorite. One of my favorite is probably Pollyanna. Have you guys watched the original Pollyanna, the old Pollyanna? I love it. Love Pollyanna. Then the parts where they go to the bazaar and they have those big giant cakes and then they cut them in those big slices. They walk around with those big cakes. I want one of those cakes so bad.
I always cry when I was it, but it's a beautiful movie. Yeah. And Disney Crazy Famous. Same here, Kitten, ugly tears every time. If you don't want to cry, Clipper, stay away from Up.
Yeah, Up's pretty sad too, yeah.
So I guess you can watch Up, but it'll make you feel down.
You're so punny.
Thank you. I get it from you.
No.
You've rubbed off on me. Pop quiz. What are the two governing bodies that Alswood competes in?
NCCCAA, NCRAAA.
Yeah, I almost had it right. The NCCAA, National Christian College Athletic Association, I believe is what it is. And the NAIA, National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics.
Pollyanna makes me cry too, but I love it. It's such a good movie.
Tarzan is another amazing movie.
Yeah, I've never seen Tarzan.
Now, years ago, when it first came out, I remember watching Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey.
Oh, I love Homeward Bound, but it makes me ugly cry too, but I love it.
For some reason, I think the old dog, his voice is what Nate would sound like if he tried to talk.
Oh, yeah. Nate, our dog Nate, the black and tan hound that we have, that's his thing. If he wants his belly rub, he does this.
And if you stop before he's finished, he's like...
Yeah, he gets aggressive about it. He's like, hey.
Yeah. Like you'll be walking by and all of a sudden he'll just be like...
Yeah.
It's too
Nobody
cute.
said what their favorite live action movie was.
Maybe it's on a bit of a delay or something.
Maybe.
As we know from watching Adelswood basketball broadcast, sometimes technology doesn't always cooperate.
What did Disney Crazy Family say we should watch as our first movie review?
I love Aladdin. Yeah, I remember we did watch Aladdin live action. It was good.
Yeah, that one was good.
I'm going to see if I can scroll up here and see what they said. Just taking music. They just said just taking suggestions and then the thing about Up. This is a good question from Amelia. Mm-hmm. How did you end up with enthusiasm for a faraway team back in '97? This is a long story. I'm just going to get right down to it.
Okay, but try to make it not so. He told me the whole entire story on our first date, and it lasted 10 hours. It was the world's longest story.
Blackbeard's Ghost for Halloween. It's a live action.
Oh.
To answer Emilio's question, I started watching basketball the 96-97 season. That was my 8th grade year of school. My favorite team at the time when I first started watching basketball was the Boston Celtics, partly because they were the only basketball team that I really knew. because my aunt had got me a Larry Bird Nerf basketball goal when I was like 3 or 4 years old, so I always remember that. When I started liking the Celtics and following them, they had a player by the name of Dino Radja. He became my favorite basketball player. To this day, he's still my all-time favorite basketball player. That year, the Celtics were the second worst team in the NBA record-wise. So when the playoffs started, I noticed the Clippers were in the playoffs. And like when I started watching basketball, I went out and got the preview magazines and started reading up on the histories of the teams. So I read that the Clippers didn't have a good history, but yet the first year I started watching basketball, they were in the playoffs. Of course, it should be said that the Western Conference that year was weak. The Clippers actually lost 10 more games than they won, but they were good enough to make the playoffs. I watched game 2 of that playoff series, and the first game, the Clippers lost by 20. In the second game, the Clippers were down by 16 at halftime to Utah. But in the second half, the Clippers just they didn't want to stop. They didn't like get down on themselves and like just give up. They battled back and took I think it was like
not Jamie.
Later,
Thanks
Jamie,
for watching.
a 2 or 3 point lead in the second half. They didn't hold on to win, but they just impressed me with their fight. So the older I got, I just felt like a kinship with the Clippers because, in all honesty, the comics would make fun of the Clippers because they were jokes of the sports world. But the next year after the playoff year, they won 17, lost 65. Clipper, do you like musicals? I like I Am the Walrus. But anyhow,
that's not a musical.
Some
of
some
like
are
a
good.
musical movie, like musical.
Some are good. I like Fame pretty good. That was a good movie.
Oh, okay.
So by this point, I kind of felt, like there was some self-loathing at the time for me. My father and I didn't have a relationship. I felt like, he didn't really want me in his life. And then by that point, I was in high school, tried to start playing the dating game. Was getting turned down a lot, and I was getting picked on at school, and I just felt like a kinship with them though, because I'm like the Clippers are kind of like my thing, like just and like here people love the Kentucky Wildcats, the greatest tradition in college basketball and all that stuff. But I just kind of felt like the Clippers were like my team, and when I adopted the name, it was just kind of like my way of just saying like, you guys and girls might put me down and like think you're so much better than me, but that's just my way of saying, your opinion doesn't matter, and I'm going to like what I like, and I'm going to be the person that I am. So over time, I started feeling a lot better about myself once I transferred schools, then went off to college. But there was one thing that still made me relate to the Clippers, and that was romance. If there was a way for me to get turned down in mysterious fashion, it happened. I mean, I got, Training, if you're still watching, I mean, we went to Alice Lloyd together. You probably know who the famed Chris the Abomination is from Facebook. By the way, if you have me on Facebook, I know with me though, you've got me on there. I think Tiffany's got me on there, and Darla Parsons. I am very outgoing, I guess you could say. So I kind of make character names out of people. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. A lot of people don't, especially when I try to order food. But anyhow, I always just thought of myself as the Clippers, the Clipper of the dating world, just because all my friends were getting married and having these long relationships, and I was still, if I got a date, I was happy with it, But then 2019, the Clippers got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, shocked the NBA world. Exactly 1 week later, I get a friend request from Kimberly or Kitten, and she tells me like 5 minutes into our first conversation, I'm not getting married, I'm not dating, and I'm not living with a man ever again. I'm like, okay.
Exactly.
15 minutes later, would you like to go out to dinner tomorrow?
Okay.
And I'm like,
okay, but to be fair, I was just assuming you were like everybody else, and I was like, oh great, here we go. He's messaging me. He's gonna ask me for obscene photos, and it's just like annoying. Right. So I just upfront was like, hey, no. None of that.
Right.
And but then he surprised me because he was completely different than that. And then I was like, hey, maybe I should, see what this is about.
And so when the Clippers kind of like took their ascension, and I know they choked in the playoffs back in 2020, but by this point it was just like I've been a Clippers fan all this long. I took the Clippers name. I'm just going to continue to be a fan of them because I remember what it was like for the season to tip off like Halloween, and by Thanksgiving, you pretty much knew the Clippers weren't going to be in the playoffs. They were just contending for the worst record in the NBA. So now it's just one of those things where I just love it. And I just love the fact that so many people here, when they hear or see the Clippers, they always think of me. With Kentucky basketball, there's all kinds of people you could think of, really. But Clippers is kind of like my thing. It's just kind of unique, I guess. I just love that. Katrina said, I heard you say that, but I don't know who it refers to. Okay, Katrina, I'm going to try to reveal this. He was the son of a professor at Alice Lloyd, taught in the science department. Hopefully that pretty much tells you who that is. Pretty much he was a guy that would kind of get with girls and, just use them to and the type of person that I was getting turned down for on a daily basis. And it got me down because it's just like you try to be an honest guy, decent guy, and women will look down their nose at someone like me, but then they'll go get with somebody like that who's just using them to be another
notch. All of that was setting you up so you could end up with me.
That's true.
You're welcome.
That is true. All roads did lead to you, but I didn't know you existed at the time, though.
Yeah.
But funny story, though, Katrina, you might get a kick out of this. Kimberly seriously considered going to Alice Lloyd. Oh, she got, okay, good. So.
Yeah. But I didn't because I have severe, social anxiety. I get so nervous in situations, and it was a lot worse back then. I've come out of my shell quite a bit, I think. I'm pretty proud of myself. But,
Well,
but back then, there's no way I could see living on campus at a college and being away from people and not knowing anybody. I would be in the fetal position.
I totally understand how you feel there, but the thing about Alice Lloyd was, I know at least to me, it was a welcoming place. Some people loved it, some people didn't, but it is what you made of it. But it would have been interesting to see if you would have came over and how that would have worked. But back then, I was.
I probably would have been just trying not to look at anybody and make eye contact. I would have been so nervous.
Oh yeah, Katrina says, "I know who you mean, but I didn't know him." You definitely didn't miss anything, my friend, because I think of him kind of like when you got the stomach flu and you're and it's coming out of proverbial both ends. I would rather have that kind of experience than have to be in a room with him any longer than I have to be, just because.
That's not very nice.
I know, but people like that just kind of get my goat, I guess you could say. But
I like goats.
Me too. Great story, makes the Clipper connection so much more special. Thank you, Amelia. That's how I feel about it, just because when you like a team like I have with the Clippers for the last, 24 years, it just meant this past June when they finally got to the conference finals, because they'd never done that in their history. Kitten can tell you, I was near tears just because it was history, Disney Crazy family, well, thank goodness Destiny pushed y'all together. The world's a better place with you in it.
Aw,
thank you guys very much. I always tell her, sometimes I feel like I don't deserve her because she's just got this even keel personality. Not a lot phases her.
What does that mean?
Even not a lot gets to you. You can take things.
That's years of being, like you said, bullied and all of that. I just learned to just everything just goes.
With me, I've kind of got that Donald personality. When I get mad, I'm just like, I
knew he was gonna do that.
And that's another reason why I love him so much. Just because, I try to keep my temper under control, and for the most part I do. But for those of you who kind of new to following us based on YouTube, last year my mother passed away, and if it wasn't for Kitten, I don't really like thinking where I'd be, because I
like saying we found each other at the perfect times, because we found each other 2 months, I think, before my father passed away. And that was one of the hardest times of my life, and I would not have made it through that without him. And then it was 6 months later, he lost his mom, and I was there for him. It's we came together at the perfect time. We both needed each other.
And then when we really started out together, after that happened, because that's when I moved in with Kitten, was the night that Mom died. About a month later, COVID hit, and then we got to go through a pandemic together. So we've definitely,
Fun.
it's definitely been interesting. But you know,
Do you guys want to know why he calls me Kitten and where I got Kitten from?
Yes. Well, somebody out there wants to know.
When we were first dating, it was like our third or fourth date or something. I told him I was a smitten kitten, and he just thought that was cute. So ever since then, he just calls me Kitten.
Right. And I'll be honest with you guys, it's just like I never had this before. It's just like I can't believe someone has stayed this long. This is my longest relationship. We're into what now? This is what, our second year together. I mean, my previous.
Did you ever think you'd end up with a lady? And what are we at now? 8 cats, 9 cats?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
5, 8. We've got 8 cats. We've got 5 cats that are ours that we've rescued and adopted. 3 was mine already that I had before I met Clipper, and they're all like 14 years old. They're all related. They're all family members. And then we took in a feral mommy cat who's still very feral. She's not very polite. And she had 2 kittens. They're about 4 months old now. They're about getting ready to where we can take them and get them spayed. They're both girls, so I'm not letting anybody adopt them, or they're not going anywhere until they're spayed. And but really I'm leaning toward keeping all of them too. So that'll put us at 8. Then we've got the 4 dogs, and you guys have met all of those, and then we have a possum.
Yeah. So that's definitely. No, I don't think I ever saw. Well, but to be fair, though, I never really saw myself with a woman at all. I just figured once my mom passed, I'd probably go out to Oklahoma to be with my friend Doc and his wife Susan, people I consider to be families. Or I don't want to make this like down or anything like that, but I just didn't really realize. I didn't see how I would be able to function because honestly, guys, Mom handled so much. All she wanted for me in life was to be happy. So I really had no like big responsibilities. Like I worked as a substitute teacher for like 7 years, and pretty much all my money went to my hobbies to go to basketball games.
Money.
Yeah, fun money, basketball games, books.
He was spoiled.
Yeah, very spoiled, and so it's been a big adjustment. But
you've handled it well.
Yeah, thank you, and you've helped me. And like. She says that she's shy and such, folks. I want to brag on her for a minute here. Because I got 2 stories that I want to tell about this.
Me?
Yes. Now, when we met, Kitten told me about her anxieties and such. The 1st of January of 2020, she and I were going to go over to our rental properties. And Katrina, you'll know this place well, Mousy, over in Knott County. And we were going to take new leases and go over it with everybody. At the time, Mom was getting near the end because she passed away the following month, and she was at the point where she didn't want to be alone, and she was like, Nathan, I need you to stay here with me. I don't drive. I don't have a driver's license. So Kitten or Kimberly, when I tell these stories, sometimes I kind of, when we're offline, it's always
I'll answer
Kimberly.
to either.
Yeah. So
even hey you.
Yeah. So Kimberly went over to a strange place and took the leases and went over them with everybody by herself.
Okay, but that's not like a shyness issue. That's like a.
But when you got social,
people that you love need your help, so you step up and you do what you have to do. I mean, that's
true, but it was just amazing because we're not used to that sort of. And then the other day, actually, because some of y'all that saw one of our last videos, I mentioned that we had a water leak up there at Mousy.
Disney Goats family.
You're set for. Partridge in the Pear Tree. You know I love the Partridge Family. That was a good song. R.I.P. David Cassidy. Anyhow, when we went to Mousy the other day, we were talking to some people about possibly selling one of the properties. And Kitten pretty much handled all the talking just because, like, if it's stuff that I know, like basketball and I'm okay. But when it comes to like selling property and like where property lines go and such, I'm like, you know.
Well, I've had more actual adult life experiences, so I know more about that. So. And
that's why I'm lucky that I met Kitten, because she's helped me and she's understood the situation that I was in. Where, you know, like I fast ascended on to full-fledged adulthood. And I know some people may watch that and be like, think that's kind of odd, but that's just the relationship that my mom and I had.
Your mom spoiled you.
Yes, she did.
You're lucky to have it.
Yeah. And I miss her, and I miss that. But at the same time, I always thought that when I'd lose mom, my life would pretty much be over. But thanks to you, it still feels like a dream to me, because it's just like you wake up every day. It's just like, Kitten's boyfriend. You can't do any better than that. And sometimes, like I tell Kitten this, and I'll tell anybody that's watching this. Sometimes, I'll get aggravated, or I'll just get down, just worrying about stuff, and but Kitten always just is a common presence, and it's also rare too when you're in a relationship where you can't think of too many times where there's been like arguments or fights or anything. And to my knowledge, we've never really had like a fight or anything. I mean, and if we ever do like quarrel with each other, it might last like a minute or two, and then we're back laughing again, or you're cutting up about it, So
I've had enough of that sort of relationships in my life. I don't want that no more.
I had it too. Folks, you haven't lived until you've been cussed out in the middle of a super Walmart like I did 10 years ago. At the time, my longest relationship, towards the end, it was as toxic as you can get. We went to Walmart, and the lady was upset because the picture printing kiosk wasn't working. And
you can't say curse words on here.
No, I won't say any curse words, but much like watching the 1931 Dracula with Bela Lugosi, you can use your imaginations. But I was just like, it's not the end of the world, because she was like talking. She was like, God, why do you hate me so much for? And people could hear her. I'm like, it's not the end of the world. And she was like, shut up. Beep, 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 beep. I just went off into another section. I'm like, just let me know when you're ready to go. So, but, and that was when I met you, that was my longest relationship. And I was just like, the Clipper parallel. It's just, yes, folks, I did spend a majority of our first date just explaining to her what she was getting into.
It was like 10 hours. It was really, really long.
But but at the end of the first date, I'm like, would you like to go out again? And she's like, yes. And I was like, it was like that Donald Duck cartoon hit.
Well, I was like, finally, on the second date, I'll be able to tell him things and talk about myself.
Exactly. And sure enough, that's what happened. So that's my stories there.
I guess I'm ready to hop off here.
Yeah, if there's anybody else that wants to say anything,
Jekyll's back.
Speak now. Or if not, well, I guess we will end this. I had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming and watching.
Maybe now that we've got this situated, maybe we'll do some more lives in the future. Let us know if that's something you'd be interested in, or we might just do one just because we enjoy doing it. We enjoy interacting. We do have a comment from Disney Crazy Family. Movies that got mom hooked on Disney are The Gnome Mobile, Darby O'Gill and the Little People, and The Ugly Dash Hunt.
I've never heard of any of those. I'm going to have to go look. Do they have them on Disney Plus, I wonder? I'm going to go see if I can find them.
Speaking of Disney Plus, next month, the Beatles, the Get Back documentary with, I believe, Peter Jackson was the director of that. That's going to be streaming on there. I'll be watching that. Looking forward to that.
Jekyll's back, guys.
I think Emilio was amused by you.
Yeah.
He said he laughed. I don't use that phrase. I'm not a big fan of.
He doesn't like when people say LOL.
And the reason why is like when I mentioned being bullied when I was in school, people would come up to me and then they would just start laughing at me. And whenever I see that online, sometimes I'm wondering. It's just like, are people laughing at me?
Laughing at you. That's just how people talk.
Oh, I know. It's just I'm very quirky, I guess, But it's nothing against anybody. It's just one of those things.
That's why he sometimes, like, if you see on Facebook, he uses Barnabas Collins smile. That's his version of LOL.
Yeah, it's like you just smile in the course of a conversation, like Barnabas Collins used to.
Come on, Jekyll.
Barnabas Collins smile.
Yeah.
I'm glad that stuck up on there too.
Oh, Disney Crazy Family said those are all on Disney Plus. I'll go check them out. We'll watch them. We'll add those to the list too.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for holding alive. We'd really love to chat again. We'll definitely do it, Disney Crazy Family. Emilio, this was great. Really good time. Had a great time chatting with you, Emilio. again, we want to say to you how happy we are that you're doing videos.
Yeah.
You got a better voice than we. Well, I don't want to say we because Kitten's got a
We.
beautiful voice.
No,
but you know,
we.
I don't say it out loud. Just a type reference. I cringe when people say the letters. Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I say them a lot when I type.
but now I don't say Barnabas Collins smile out in public. I'm just like, I do it a lot more. I'll do it a lot more once the masks are officially a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Like I'll just be walking in the aisle and I'll just be like, yeah. My pen tag up is, by the way, thank you for including me. Awesome.
I'm going to go grab a snack and watch it next.
Yes. Katrina Stone says, bye, y'all. Bye, Katrina. Thank you for watching and for your friendship. So I guess with that, that's all for now. Who knows? Maybe if we get lucky tomorrow and find some nice things, we'll have another haul video up for you at some point. But I know this weekend we're going to be doing some work over at Drift and all that stuff, and we got some errands. So we will have a Mailroom Monday up Monday. We got about, 2 or 3 packages there.
Yeah.
So we'll have some more content coming up. But until then, Clipper, Kitten, and Jekyll, later, guys.